Barker, 28, was seen laughing and singing as she partied until the early hours with friends, but she got back to find her partner Steven Speakman angry at the time she got in. After they didn't speak, Miss Barker went out again minutes later to nearby fields and rang 999 on her mobile phone. An inquest heard that she hanged herself from a tree as a cry for help in the hope of being found. She died before police got to her in time. Inquiries revealed Miss Barker had been drinking vodka and snorting cocaine recreationally in the hours before her death, sparking fears they had a twisted and disorientating effect on her mind. An inquest heard the tragedy occurred on February 25th after Miss Barker, of Wigan, Greater Manchester, attended a drinks party at a friend's home. Mr. Speakman, who had been in a relationship with her for 13 years, told the Bolton hearing that evening she said she was not drinking because she was taking our son to a rugby game the next morning. But when my friend arrived with a few beers, his partner texted her to see if she wanted to go over to her house. She was with a friend and seemed to be in good spirits. She said her friend was going to stay over, and I said they could have the bed. I shouted her from upstairs to throw a quilt down for me for the sofa, and they were in the house for about 10 minutes before going to their friend's house. She seemed to be in a very happy state, but she returned at 6:30 a.m. the next day and came up to bed. I was angry with her for coming in at the time, and we didn't speak. She got into bed fully dressed and had her eyes closed. We had no discussions. She got up, and I heard her go downstairs. I thought she had gone down to sleep on the sofa. I went downstairs when my alarm went off and noticed that the back door was open and the back gate unlocked. I thought she had too much to drink and had gone out again. I contacted her friends and her sister to see if they knew where she was, but at 8:20 a.m. that morning, police officers came to the house to tell me that they had found her. I cannot believe that she would take her own life and leave me and the children. We had a comfortable life, a nice home, and she adored her children. Miss Barker's friend Cinia Chadwick said on February 24th, I sent Keely a text asking if she wanted to go out, but she said that she didn't have any money. Then she sent a text asking me if I wanted to go to her friend Jess's house with her for a drink. Read more top stories from mirror.co.uk. We started drinking when we arrived there at about 9:30 p.m. and I saw that she was drinking vodka. I saw her drink about 3 or 4 glasses. At Jess's house she was having a laugh and showing us videos of the kids on her phone, and early the next morning we left Jess's to go back to Keely's house. We were at Keely's house for about 5 minutes before we went to Lee's house. Keely had phoned Lee. She was saying that she wanted some cocaine and was asking Lee if she could get it for her. When we went to Lee's, she had some cocaine. We left at around 6:20 a.m. to go home. We were just laughing and walking home together, and she seemed merry and not too drunk. She was happy that night. We were talking about things when we were younger, and she didn't speak about anything that was of any concern. Lee Bannister said, "At around 3 a.m. I saw Keely and her friend Sinead outside her house, and we bought some cocaine from a man and went back to my house. I left my house at some point with my sister and my brother-in-law, and as I was driving back into the street I saw Keely walking out the street with Sinead. They were laughing and singing. I spoke again with her on the phone and she said she wanted to talk to me while she was having a cigarette. She seemed fine." Police said Miss Barker had placed her hand through the ligature as she hung herself. Dedin's Paul Rollinson said, "At around 7:10 a.m. a 999 call was received which was tracked back to Keely's mobile phone. The female on the phone said that there was a woman asleep in the field. This was the same field where Keely was found. The call was made with the intention of police or ambulance service being dispatched to that area. Keely was found a small wooden area and her white iPhone was found on the ground next to her. Toxicologist Julie Evans said Keely had used cocaine and the concentration would be consistent with recreational use before her death. The concentrations of alcohol and cocaine would not commonly lead to fatal toxicity, but whilst the concentrations of alcohol and cocaine may have had an effect on her state of mind, is it not possible to say what effect this would have had? Recording an open verdict, coroner John Pollard said Keely was in a normal relationship that had its ups and downs but was okay. The amount of cocaine mixed with alcohol did not lead to her death. However, it does have a twisting and disorienting effect on the mind, meaning that you cannot think clearly about your actions. Why did she make that phone call to the police? Was she hoping to be found? Was she hoping that the police or ambulance would get there before she died? She had never threatened to harm herself in the past. I do not think that she could make the decision to take her own life. Her hand was found inside a ligature that suggests she was trying to hold onto it. Whether she was making a desperate cry for help or she actually wanted to kill herself cannot be known. We know what she did physically, but why she did it, we have no idea. If you need to speak to someone, Samaritans are available 24/7 by calling 116 123 or by emailing joe@samaritans.org.